Sidney Starr wants to be on Power. Now, I remember this selfie with 50 Cent from months ago, and I remember when I saw it, I said, wow, Sidney Starr either knows or at least met 50 Cent. That's cool, right? So, well, I didn't even introduce Sidney Starr properly. Sidney Starr is the infamous hip-hop transgender. Allegedly, they say that Sidney was born with a hot dog. But anyways, let me go to read to what Sidney had to say about the selfie with 50. Sidney said, here's me and your favorite rapper at 50 Cent. He's a cool guy. So now I'm waiting for at 50 Cent to throw me on hashtag power at power_stars as the first transgender female cast member. I think that would shake up the show, laughing out loud. I think it's an awesome idea. Power definitely needs a transgender character for the next season. What y'all think? Tag at 50 Cent. Hashtag Sidney Starr, hashtag 50 Cent, hashtag Team Sidney Starr, hashtag Transgender Diva, hashtag Girls Like Us, hashtag Power. It's 2017. Why not? Let's throw them ratings up a bit at 50 Cent, at power_stars, at Latori for real. Wow. That's an interesting idea. Now, I don't know what type of character Sidney would play on the show. Would Sidney be a singer, a rapper, a reality TV star, a twerker? Would Sidney be Sidney on the show? Or would Sidney be somebody else? Like, would Sidney be a lawyer or a doctor? Or something else that would be unpredictable? How about a violinist? You know? I think that could add something to the show, I guess. I know that Sidney's fans would go absolutely ape shit crazy, you know? Sidney has a large fan base, you know? But Sidney also has a history of exposing rappers. You know, I know it was years ago, but I'm saying it still did happen. And a lot of rappers are like, man, I ain't messing no damn Sidney Starr. You're not going to get me caught up in no bullshit. You know, a lot of people just don't want to mess with Sidney because of the way that Sidney came into the industry. See, y'all forget what Sidney Starr was like. See, Sidney was on some cat stack shit back in the day. See, y'all forget about that. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to, bring up no bullshit. I'm not trying to get my ass whooped by Sidney, But anyway, shout out to 50, shout out to Sidney. That's up to them if they do this, man. I want to know what you good people in the comment section have to say about it. Do you think Sidney should be on Power? Or do you say no? And why? Why yes? Why no? And don't come to me with some stupid, just a stupid comment. I think Sidney should be on the show because Sidney's a transsexual. So yeah, no. If you're a fan of Sidney's and say, I personally like Sidney, then that's one thing. But don't say, yeah, just put a tranny on the show. Sounds good to me. Because that doesn't sound genuine to me, But if you're a Sidney Starr fan, then I get it. You know what I mean? So either way, whether you think that Sidney should be on the show or you think Sidney shouldn't, comment below with your best comments. Let me know what you think about it below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more and follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.